what we're going to answer today is how do you attract, develop, and retain high value clients so that you can fire the cheapskates and the losers that are sucking you dry. And you know you have them, right? And HVC, high value clients, is a term that I coined several years ago because in marketing, you want to be really strategic about who your customer is. You don't want to be just like kind of randomly, hey, let me go try and get some sales in the door. Like you want to, maybe in the beginning, you're a little scrappy and you take anybody, but at some point you got to not be scrappy anymore. You got to be strategic. And in order, because otherwise you end up with a scrap heap, right? So you got to think about that. A good marketing plan is going to help you understand how you can reliably replace clients to that you lose to churn. And right now this year, I have had a lot of clients get into deep doo-doo because they lost their biggest, their second biggest, their third biggest, maybe all three at once to acquisition, going out of business, like something they didn't see coming. They grew and they said, hey, we've just decided to bring IT in-house. I don't know, all kinds of things that have happened, right? So your marketing plan will help that. How do you differentiate your MSP and explain the value so you don't have to compete on price? And I saw like I read through the questions that you submitted, and a lot of the questions were around how do I get clients to see the value of what we do, right? And so we're going to talk about that. That's what a great marketing plan answers that question. It answers how do you solve your money problems? Because most of the problems in business have a root in not having sufficient money. Because if you had enough money, you could write a check and solve it, right? That's what having money is. Like you have a problem, low sales, you can hire a consultant, you can hire a sales manager, you can hire a great salesperson, you can hire a very high level marketing person. If you had a lot of money, you could just do that and like spend the money and you'd be great. But if you don't have the money, you gotta figure it out. So a good marketing plan is going to generate enough sales and profits so you solve those money problems. And how do you build enterprise value, EV? Enterprise value is what your business is worth if you sold it today, so that it's actually your MSP is going to be worth something when you retire.